corruption is a zero-sum game. Let me explain. If I steal $1 from you, and corruption is theft in a kind, sort of non-violent manner. If I take $1 away from you, you have $1 less. Whether I do it through robbery or corruption, it's a zero-sum game. So my gain is your loss. But there's more. It is actually a negative-sum game if you look over time. If you have a lot of robbery, a lot of theft, a lot of corruption, it erodes those incentives for production, for innovation. So if you know that the product, the fruits of your labor would be taken away from you, you have a disincentive to actually produce. And you could end up in a situation, again looking at police, you could end up in a situation where you have too much of policing, where the police start to predate rather than produce. And the predation then leads to less production, which then leads to more aggressive predation. And the feedback could end up in a war, in sort of total poverty. And we have seen this happen in several places. But the same could happen the opposite way, where if you just have enough protection of the right to property and person, particularly over time, where your fruits of labor you could reap the benefits of, then you could have a situation where you have more production, which leads to less incentives to predate, which means still more production. So you have this virtuous effect. Where has this happened? For the last year, I have been working in Bougainville, for those of you who know Bougainville, where Bougainville was in a civil war, basically a fight over distribution of rents from a mine. That's where it started, but the history is much longer than that. Peacekeepers went in and provided a window of peace. So there was a 10-year war, 10-year conflict, which was brought to an end in December 1997. Peacekeepers were there until 2003, so 6 years, okay? And the window of peace was enough to switch that vicious circle of predation leading to less production, leading to more predation, to actually reverse itself, where the window of peace provided the opportunity to produce, where people got attracted into production, which meant less predation. And I think they are on the way out. In fact,